Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to Survival Vacancy, a post-apocalyptic base building game that has elements of Factorio in it. It looks a lot like Terraria, and also feels like Fallout Shelter, because we'll be building a big base to try to shelter people after a giant nuclear apocalypse. Well, welcome aboard. Let's go ahead and start a new game. This game, seemingly new to Steam. It's weird. It says it came out in 2019, but also has things on it saying that it just recently entered beta, so I'm assuming it was probably an alpha for a very long time and is now starting to come out of early access, or at least it is there now and should be out soon. It is multiplayer too, so if you want to check this game out, Survival Vacancy, available now. Let's start a new game in creative mode and see what it's like. Thanks again for being the best audience on YouTube and smashing that like button. You guys are amazing, so thank you very much for all of your applause and support all the time. Thanks for becoming members, and thanks for subscribing. All right, well, I want to get my hands dirty right off, so this will be just kind of a first look, and we'll just go ahead and see what we can look around and find here in this game. Looks like the world has been destroyed in the background. No kidding about the nuclear apocalypse. It looks like plants and such are trying to regrow. Here's where it looks a lot like Terraria, but I'll show you very soon how it kind of looks like Fallout Shelter, and also a little bit like Factorio, too. I believe there's conveyor belts and such that you can do to build to make mining and such, and there's also a little, yeah, we have a little jetpack that helps us to get out of the mines and stuff like that. So we're going to need to get a few things cracking here. We can turn the game on to multiplayer at any time, which is kind of cool. You can just make it multiplayer anytime you want. Here's a bunch of different materials here. This is copper ore, and I think you have to actually mine it to see what it is. But so far in our backpack, we have copper ore, iron ore, algae, and we have something called a manual maker, which can be put down anywhere. So this is the algae here, I suppose, and this rock there is iron ore. So we're going to need some of that as well very quickly in order to make what we need to build the wind battery. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of mining. It looks kind of like a blowtorch, but it's actually a drill that we have, and I think we can upgrade that and have better mining equipment very shortly. Let's go ahead and try to grab as much of that iron ore that we can, and see if we can make a little space down here too. Oh, that actually looks like water within that rock. That's kind of cool. Now, there is also defensive elements to this game too. So just like in Terraria or Factorio, you'll need to defend your base against attackers, and we'll see exactly what that is. This is my first time playing this game, so we'll see exactly what lies in store for us next. Here's some instructions on how to work the camera and how to basically get materials from different types of terrain, and it says to basically dig until we find an iron mine. Yep, looks like wait, iron, dirt, terrain. Oh, I see. What they're saying is that it's behind that, but we're actually mining it out of the ground. Okay, let's put down that manual maker now, and we can only place that underground, by the way. We are not able to build our base up here, so we'll have to do it underground. And there we go. Put that down on the ground, and let's make ourselves the wind battery generator, and we can go ahead and start making that stuff. Now, I think this might be all that's required to go into that thing, but I'm not entirely sure of how the crafting works just yet, but I'm going to try to make as many of those as possible, and we'll just follow the instructions as we go along. So it's going to take a lot more iron ore and other things in order to make. We'll come back in a minute or two after doing some mining. Should be good stuff. I'm loving these survival crafting games. It was really an untouched genre for a long time for me. I always just kind of assumed that they were just really just kind of all the same, and really they are, but they're all vastly different at the same time too, which is great. Definitely something you want from a series, or from a genre, of course. That's what makes it a genre, is familiarity, and also new stuff too. Every game's a little bit different, but essentially you're always gaining the same things. Is this diamond down here? Hold on a second. Oh, you need to make engineering skills. Left click on the manual maker. Oh, we did all that. A craft tree will show up. Okay, I'm kind of learning things as I'm going along. There's a lot of stuff on the screen. There we go. I want to see what's down here real quick. Oh, it requires dig level 2. So bigger deposits require new equipment, so we'll have to then start making our character more upgraded. Alright, so it looks like we just have one of these things left, so we'll just wait a little bit longer. And I'm going to try to get every little morsel of iron ore and stuff out of here, because that probably is going to be a very important basic building material for us. And algae will probably come later too for other things. I don't know why some of it's sitting on the ground and some of it goes into our inventory too. I have more questions than answers, but I like it. Alright, let's get back to the surface. Let's close this and start putting down some batteries. Okay, so this works during the day or night because it runs on wind power. Let's put a couple of those down. Oh, uh-oh. Anybody else triggered? Well, if I right-click it, let's see if I can move it. OCD alert. Okay, let's move that just a little bit to the right. Alright, there we go. We can plop it down in a new spot right over here. There we go. I don't trust myself. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now these are making wind batteries like crazy. So that's, we're already halfway there. In just a second, we'll be at 10 out of 20 and we'll be good. All right, so what other materials have we seen? So that's algae, copper. We've seen iron ore and kind of that rock-looking material. Anything else down here? I didn't know what this is. We'll have to figure out what that is. Let's go left now. It'll be a perfect spot to build our base. Gather all the materials on the surface. They're just waiting to be mined. All right, a little bit longer on those wind batteries. Let's see, 6 iron ore in total. There's a lot to this tutorial, of course, too, but I want to play the game and not just read. I feel that way a lot of the times. All right, current objective is to craft 30 power connectors, 30 carrier rails, and 10 carriers. So let's go ahead and do exactly what we're told. So that is 30 power connectors. Let's give that a shot. Oh, there's also storage. Awesome. There's the carrier rails. Ah, there it is. So these are called carriers rather than the conveyors. So they must pick up things like claws like an Automation Empire, which is another great, fantastic building game that I would also highly recommend. All right, where's power connector? There it is. We need 30 of these. Let's go ahead and select that, and we will go ahead and make a request for 30. I guess the faster we click, then it goes up to 510. All right, that's going to require a lot of copper, as you would imagine. Looks like, interestingly enough, look at that. There's 35, 37, 38. It's going into our inventory, but also is staying on the screen. So there must be something to picking up these larger pieces with those connectors. But we'll learn that as we go on. I'm just speculating, and I like it. What is this stuff? Let's see. Stone. That might be what that is. Yes, it is. Okay. So that's stone confirmed. And that's algae, and that's copper. So there's got to be more. I can see gold down there, too. So we've definitely got more materials than what it seems. Is there a way to make more than one crafter, a manual maker? Let's see. What do we have here? Axles, bearings, basic circuits, conductors. That must go on a train. Copper ingots, iron ingots, metal sheets, springs, simple transmission. Ooh, can we make vehicles? Here we have a simple builder, or a basic builder, basic component maker. Okay, well, we have a manual maker now. I guess we'll kind of go on with what we've got. We got power stations, smelters, storage boxes, and then, of course, the structure support too, which allows us probably to build in the middle of a cave if we want to, and make things multi-level. All right, well, we'll learn as we go on. We've already made 12 out of 30. Well, I was going to try to make multiple of those. Let's try a simple builder. Of course, if I try to make that, it might try to do it there at that machine. We're at 13, though. Starts out slow, but it gives you plenty of time to gather all the materials yourself. And then, of course, we'll start making all those automated miners. Oh, look at this. We can build really far into this mountain here. If we build ourselves a fallout shelter underneath this would be a good spot for us to build, I think. Let's try to get that gold. Maybe that will be required in the connectors. Sometimes components require gold. Okay, so that's also level 2. So we know that some things are just going to require higher levels. And that also requires level 2 too. Okay. Let's head back there and grab the rest of these materials too. I like how we can use a jetpack to get to those hard to reach areas. That's nice. And we'll just clean out everything above us and below the dig level. There we go. Come here, algae. There we go. Weird how we're like mining algae. I didn't know it could be like fossilized into a rock. Alright, there we go. Oh, that's a good way to mine. Power mining. There we go. I'm trademarking that. TM. Nice. Alright, we'll go down here and get some more. Wow, we can clear this area out pretty quickly, actually. So there must be a gargantuan map below us of all sorts of different levels of materials and different types of, and higher densities of materials, too. It'd be kind of cool that the deeper we dig, for example, the more materials we get, since they're harder to get to and probably a lot harder to transport up to the surface where we'd probably build our base. Okay, let's see what we have here. 29 out of 30, and now we need to do 30 carrier rails. All right, let's do that. So we need 30 carrier rails. Well, let's make 30 there. Cool, same story, and that requires iron ingots, which requires iron ore. So it looks like it's taking stuff from our inventory to make it automatically, I think, because it certainly did take a lot of our copper ore. We'll need a little bit more of that too. So let's grab as much of that as we can for the carriers that we're going to have to build next. Let's right click. Also, it looks like the wind gen... Yeah, they've actually stopped working up there. I wonder if they've maxed out on the amount of stuff that they can make. Let's see here. I like the survival vacancy sign too. Now here it says 0 survival vacancy. Now, I think at some point we're going to actually be able to, like, tell people that they can live here and take shelter in our camp. And that'll be kind of cool. Maybe it'll be like with Terraria, where when people move in, they can provide all sorts of different benefits for them living there. That might be a really positive thing for us. We'll leave our maker up there on top of the iron ore. There's more here. And we'll keep on mining this way. Now, this multiplayer would be impressive. I'm going to have to try this out with some friends because, you know, if you were able to play this with a few people, you can definitely have somebody gathering materials while another person is working on doing all the building. And that would be a good thing. Boy, all this algae, what is it used for? Does it say anything? Craft time 3. What is this marker here? Ah, yes, our drill upgrades, the things that it was telling us all about before. Enable battery charging. We have a map, too. Ah, there's many different areas to go to. So we're at ground 0 right now. So apparently there's going to be other areas to go to, which seems to be a large desert, maybe an acidic underground area, and possibly maybe underwater, or at least filled with crystals or something. That'd be cool if you could go underwater. That'd be neat. All right, let's see here. Travel battery, return battery. Okay, so that might be for teleporting. And then, of course, upgrades for the drill, which is definitely like, feels a lot like, oh man, what was the game where you could upgrade your drill and stuff? Oh boy, well, there's been quite a few. Maybe I'm thinking of Volcanoids, which is another good mining game as well. If you want something first person, do consider that one. Alright, let's see. Oh, we need more copper ore to finish this job. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that done. We need some copper ore here, so let me go ahead and gather some more. There we go, and the manual maker works again. Alright, so somehow we're connected to that thing, so we don't necessarily need to bring it back. Of course, it explains some of that in the tutorial, but you know me. Y'all know me. Still the same OG, but I've been low-key. Hated on by everyone who doesn't like the fact that I don't read the instructions, which is totally fine. I like to learn and do myself. You know, I was the type of person, by the way, if you've ever played with Legos, you usually get like a little instruction on how to put things together, and I always like to kind of try to just do it from the box and, you know, look at the instructions whenever I couldn't figure something out, but use it more of a guide rather than being completely handheld. And that's where you learn a lot of your own creativity by doing things yourself, but also how to do things in accordance with instructions, so that way if you're trying to do something specific within rules like of physics or whatnot, then you can do it that way too. Alright, we're getting a lot more copper now, and we probably need more for those carrier arms. That's going to be cool. Thanks again, guys, for joining me too, by the way. I'm really enjoying this game so far. I like the fact that we can really zoom in close and see our character, and of course that we can zoom out really far too. There's been a lot of games coming out this year, or rather in the last few years, that have really becoming popular, and they don't really have the best graphics in the world. Not everything's like the craziest, best-looking game you've ever seen. Like, not everything is Flight Simulator. Some things are like Among Us or Fall Guys or this game or Terraria or Minecraft, and they don't have to look so beautiful. They just need to be fun, and they just kind of have to have rules and concepts that you can follow. And definitely Factorio, not really the most amazing-looking game in terms of graphics, but Factorio is so cool. It is beautiful in its own way. It's just awesome. And I really hope that inspires a lot more people to try out those types of games that they would never look at. And I recently played it for the first time, so I've been more inspired to do more of these crafting games like this. And it's just a ton of fun. Alright, 7 more of these remaining to build the carrier rails. And then on to the carrier arms, which are next. Or as they call it, just carriers. 10 of those. So now we can start making those. That requires a few more components. And we just need 10 of those. There we go. Alright, so a little longer to craft, but definitely going to take a little bit of time because they're more complicated. Very nice. Okay. You know, another thing about these types of games that's great too is that because they're not as graphically intense, the latency and the performance needed to play them is a lot less restricting, so you can play with even more friends. One thing that's kind of difficult to do is get together a bunch of people who are interested in the same games as you all the time to play, like, for example, to play Satisfactory with. But another thing is to make sure that they can run the game. And some games are getting a little beefier and, you know, more complicated to run. Alright. We need to get that drill up to level 2, but I'm assuming through following the instructions of the current objectives, it'll eventually tell us how to do that through what is kind of like a basic tutorial. Boy, what do you think this is here? Do you think that's just diamond? I think that's too good to be just diamond. I think it might just be like, maybe carbon or something like that, even though it doesn't look like it, but it could be. Ah, yes. Carbon makes me think of Astroneer as well. Boy. So many cool games that are somewhat related to each other. It's great. All right, we'll leave stone there. I don't think there's any bonus into building with stone yet, but we will see. Okay, more gold there. Let's see. Wouldn't it be funny if that wasn't gold and it just said that it was like, what if that was just like some other material like, oh, I don't know, like aluminum or something? Wouldn't that be funny? Okay, there's a lot of random stuff sitting around. Wonder if we can increase our view, by the way. It's gonna get awfully dark down here, but at least we can see somewhat of what's around us. Okay, so I can't mine through there, but I can go up here. And how are we doing on copper? Yeah, we still need a lot more copper, so they definitely want us to get copper. And we've got a lot of stone. That looks like silver to me. That's crazy. Music's good in the game, too. There we go. Man, so many good games this year. It's been incredible. For how many good, unique games have been coming out. And I've just really been enjoying this year for new types of games where multiplayer survival, or at least multiplayer cooperation, is important. Good examples being like Sea of Thieves, or really anything where you've got to like maintain a ship together. There needs to be more games like that. Alright, let's go this way. Alright, so now we're going to head back. We're about half done with that carrier job, but I want to try to see if I can get a little closer to the surface so we can see. Now, I believe there's also a day-night cycle in this game too, so you can kind of see the sun going back up. Let's see if we can actually, I wonder if we can explore the surface a little bit. Let's try to zip around and see what we can see. I can't go any higher than this, so it doesn't let, yeah, it's a hard stop, so we won't be able to leave this area, unfortunately. I like how the windmills kind of look like, they're kind of confusing looking. It's like a microwave with a kiddie pool on top with a water tower and then a windmill there. Kind of weird, but I like the art style. I like how things are kind of like hand-drawn. Okay, we're about over halfway now, definitely, to our carrier arm. Let's go get some more copper. There we go. And this is just the basics, so the more people you play with, even if you're a pro at this game, it still takes a little time. But I'm assuming if you get more people to play with, maybe they'll spawn in with manual makers too, and then things can go a little faster as well. But I guess we're in no hurry, right? The apocalypse has already happened, so it's not like anything bad is going to happen while we're waiting. Maybe we'll get raided. Who knows? Maybe creatures will come up from below and attack us. So many speculations. Speculations. What a word. Is that a word? Speculation? Speculatory. Alright, let's see. A lot of copper below us. A lot of algae here, too. Let's keep digging into the mountain. I wonder if we can use torches or lighting in this game. That'll be cool to power like a electricity network underground that then has to light up everything below it. That'll be interesting. Now, I wonder if we can also upgrade our backpack, our little jetpack. That'll be helpful. Alright, how are we doing on items? We still need a bit of iron ore, in my opinion. I think we should get more. And also, some more copper, too. Well, that's hard ground there. Did we pass iron ore? We certainly did. Let's get some of that off the ceiling. Now, I'm assuming with the powered miner, perhaps it'll mine everything faster, and maybe it will, not only will it get it faster, but maybe it'll also mine a larger area, so that way we can mine more in a very short area. We still need to deal with our survivors, too, so we are going to have to basically build a base to protect people. So that's going to be interesting. Oh, looks like it wants us to craft 2 excavators next, so we're getting ahead of ourselves as well. So excavators will do the job for us. Oh, in fact, we've made everything we need to. Current objective, consume energy in a single day. Oh, okay. Let's see. Well, let's do some of the stuff here. Let's see. Left click on the manual maker. Click on the radio switch to the crafting menu. Oh, like this. Locate the excavator and left click on it. All right, let's build an excavator now. Let's see. Ah, there it is. Excavator. Okay. Well, if we need to, we might need a few of those. So let's go ahead and craft 5. If we're going to need to achieve the objective of consuming 30,000 joules, which is an interesting thing. You'd think they would say volts or megawatts or something like that, but joules is not as commonly used when in terms of, you know, talking about energy consumption. There we go. Like, for example, when you get your power bill, it says megawatt hours for what the price is per megawatt or whatever. Alright, let's see. Okay. We got a lot of stuff here. How many of these things have we crafted? I wish we would keep track of it. We have to go back and check. Could be done. Alright, let's go put down one of these extractors and see how that works now. Okay, so we're at... oh, actually, it auto goes into our inventory. I should have known that. Well, now that we do know that, I don't know where we would put the carrier to yet, but let's try to use it here. There's a big O deposit of iron ore and copper here, so this could be a good spot. Let's put down one of these... Player is too far. I'm right here. Player is too far. Oh, is this taking it from this inventory? It doesn't look like I can... Oh, there we go. Now I have it. Alright, let's try this now. Okay. Let's put these like this. I don't know how they're going to work. Now, what was the other thing that we got? Power connectors. So we need to connect these up to the power network upstairs. It's red. Wow, these just look like vines. They might be red because they're no longer powered, because they're not connected to a power source. So let's make more of these. In fact, this is probably something that we could need a lot of. Let's see if this is the right way. So I'm thinking maybe these will work by extracting things in a circle around them. We'll have to see. Locate the excavator, left click on it. A craft tree will show up to craft the excavator. Okay, we've already done that. We already made those. Let's see. Place it on the ore deposit. Click on the excavator and learn more about it. Oh, okay. It needs electricity to work, or work manually if the player stands near it. Well, it's not really working. Is it? Oh. Oh, we can tell it which directions to go? It works like a Roomba, I think. Can I tell all of you guys to go down? We'll have to learn how this works. Cool. Now, if you already know, or if you have your theories, feel more than welcome to share them with me for Survival Vacancy. Because I like all the things that there is to build in this game and would love to do a full series with your support. So make sure you do smash like. Let me know you'd like to see more. Let's see if we can build power up there. Okay, so that can't be connected to that. Let's see. After extractor, extract some ores, transfer them to your thingy. Okay, click on the extractor, learn more about it. You got it. Yeah, we need a way to actually get power down there, though. Doesn't look like I can connect it up, so how would anything get power? Let's see. Well, we have basic builders. We have tiny power stations. Maybe that's something we need to craft, too. Let's make one of those. We'll cancel the wires. Or maybe it already did, now that we've switched it to something else. We'll see. But we're definitely going to need lots of wire. Because the deeper we dig, these things will need more and more power, of course. Let's take some of this wire back. And we will focus on one extractor for now and see how it works. A little bit of time to understand how that'll work. Cool. Alright, so now, let's grab that other thing and make... good, we have our power station. But where can we put that? Let's see. Yeah, that can't go above ground, can't go below ground. Alright, let's make some other stuff. We can make one of everything. We're probably going to need it. Ah, there's smelters too. Good. Alright, let's see what else there is. Basic builder. I want to give that a try, actually. Go ahead and make one of those for me. I hope we can actually automate that to build stuff for us automatically. Now, let's try to put down some of these tracks, too. Carriers. Let's see how this all works. We have carrier rails. So how would this work? Let's put the rail below the power line and experiment with how that works. Okay, so it definitely does seem to... So we could have the carrier maybe go down to pick up stuff from the extractors, then deliver it to the basic builders. I bet that might be how it works. Let's try to put a arm on that. Let's see, how would this work? Aha, exactly. Alright, so these will go back and forth picking up stuff and delivering it to where it needs to go. Okay, so we can make a whole intricate system. So, if we have plenty of iron ore and copper here, the extractor can mine that out, then we can figure out a way with the carriers to bring them from one place to the other, and they'll just work in a, I guess that would be counterclockwise? Alright, let's see. Alright, we made ourselves a builder now. What else should we make? Basic component maker. That'd be a good idea. Yeah, if we're going to get all these materials mined, we may as well have somewhere to put them so they can actually be used. No sense in storing a million materials that we can't use. Alright, next thing is the basic builder. How do we put that down? Let's see here. Whoa, that's a big boy. Okay, that does not go above the surface. Oh, it's nighttime outside. Cool, look at that. Looks good. I like it. This kind of really does feel like a hand-drawn type of game. I like that. Okay, there must be other things we need to connect some of these components to. I'm glad that we're making them all so we can use them later. Okay, so we made the basic builder. We're making the basic component maker. Let's see. Transmission racks, some of that other stuff. Structure support. Let's make a small storage box. That'll be a good thing to make. Not too long to make one of those. Okay. Now I'm wondering, it seems like this actually functions without... Oh, can we flip the direction on this? Oh, copper ore, deposit 817. Is there actually stuff on there? Weird. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we got next. Excavators at 40%. Now, it did say we could work this manually. Is it actually working? Nope, doesn't seem like it's functioning at all. I'm wondering how this works, by the way. I wonder what this means. Is this where it's going to pull materials from? Oh, we'll have to experiment with that a little bit. But regardless, we first need to get components set up. Okay, now we got our vault. Let's go for basic smelter. Do we have one of those yet? Let's see. Component maker. Nope, we haven't made one of those. Maybe we can deliver things into the smelter. Good. So it's taking all of our materials to make those things from the manual maker. We just got to go back to it. Good thing we don't have to stand there and do that all the time. Alright, we should have more power connectors ready. Let's use those. Okay. Now I'm wondering, we have all these batteries stored, right? Can I... Oh, you can pick those up. I see. So we can collect the batteries from here. But where do we put the batteries? We must be able to put them into something to transfer the power to the ground. Basic builder. Tiny power station. Players too far. Maybe there's a way to put those batteries in here so that way the stored energy... Well, that's a pain in the neck. You'll have to go up above the surface to get power, for now at least. What if we put it down here? Can't be built in the materials. Maybe we have to put it on one of those foundations. Maybe that might be it. Cool. Now, half the fun of these games is finding out things and not knowing what to do. I've never been the type of player to watch a whole YouTube video on a game before I play it. I mean, could you imagine that? It's basically like almost like cheating to remove the excitement of discovery. To be able to find something out on your own is just super satisfying. And back in my day, we didn't have really the ability to go and look up a whole YouTube playthrough before yelling at someone else on how to do it correctly. You know, so it's kind of a good thing to be able to experiment and find these things out. I'm getting really excited to see if we can find out how to build certain things. This might actually work here. Let's try. Okay, so let's set down ourselves. Let's try a tiny power station. Ah, there we go. And let's see what we can do with it. Stored energy, 0 joules. Okay. So is there a way I can put something into that? Let's see if I can drop something into the inventory. This is a power station. Also, do I need to connect to this? Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Now there's electricity going to it. Weird. Wait, now it's working? Oh, because it's taking the wind power. That is confusing. It's taking the batteries that are on me and powering now. Okay. So somehow those batteries, because they're in my inventory, are somehow able to teleport? Strange. Okay, let's connect that up. Is this connected? Do I have to do anything here? Weird. Okay, well, we need to be able to use that energy now. So I guess we could probably put down some of our other components. Let's try a smelter nearby. So that way we can... there we go. I guess we'll build a base platform up above this. So that way we can put some things down. We're doing it! We're learning! Awesome. Trial and error. Just like in science. Oh, unfortunately, though, we're not able to fly around it. I thought it'd be like a platform where you could move around it. Okay, let's try the basic smelter. Alright, cool. Ah, now we can order ingots and things to be made. Now, does this consume electricity? Change recipe. Well, we do have iron ore. Maybe we need coal or something. Maybe it doesn't work on electricity. Let's put down a basic builder, too. Ah, there we go. So now we can ask it to do things for us. Excellent. Oh, there's many more things in this game, too. A surface gun. Now we can start making defensive weapons and things. Cool. Basic component maker. Let's put that down, too. Alright, so this will be our new workshop over here. So we could probably remove this and connect it to this area here. What we could do is put the extractor down and then have a delivery system, and then we can put things in line. So for example, we could put things to deliver it to the smelter, then to the component maker, and then to the construction thing. So that way they can all kind of be in a line. Though if it takes it from our inventory, it might not be required. What else have we not made? Valves and other things are just kind of smaller components. So a good idea to make some more structure. That's where stone is for. Let's go ahead and make 30 of those. We'll be needing those quite a bit. Excellent, we've discovered basic construction. Now I'm curious, how do I actually get the extractors to work? They gave us all this wiring, so I wonder how to use that. So these windmills are full again, so I just got to keep coming back and grabbing those. Good thing I made more than one of those. That way if we ever need power, we can just jump right back up here again. We'll need something, although I can't build the carrier things there. We'll need something to be able to go and grab materials from that. From those wind makers. Otherwise, we'll have to do that manually. Well, let's clean all this stuff up. Just like in Factorio. Grab it like that, and it also brings those little claws in too. Nice, I like this. Cool. Lots to discover, lots to explore, lots to build, lots to learn, lots to love here with this game. Again, a art style that I really do like. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like other some of those other hand-drawn games, like for example Don't Starve Together, but not as crazy, not as Tim Burton-y. More like just kind of like Factorio, but Terraria, also Fallout Shelter, like I mentioned before, and I think it's a real winner. I want to try to get better at this game, learn what else there is to do. We aren't even through the tutorial yet, and it is fun to kind of trial and error and see how things work, and I like that a lot. Alright guys, you've been amazing as always. Thank you very much for joining me here today. If you want to see episode 2 and get this base functioning, smash that like button. I need your support and positivity and greatness. You guys are the best audience in YouTube, so thanks for showing it. Thank you very much for all the support. Let me know what I need to do next. I'd love to see your suggestions, and I'll jump ahead and see if I can do some construction myself. We're just getting started, and I think Survival Vacancy is quite fun. I'll see you all next time. Thanks, and goodbye.